Column A would have been better if we split out the names, or if column F would have been better if we split that into 3 separate columns. Let's imagine a situation like we see in column C, and there's nothing wrong with that display, but we might just need to get information either from the left or the right side of the entries there. And like a lot of part number codes, maybe these are position sensitive, and perhaps in this example here, the first 2 characters from the left represent a color code or a size code. Let's extract 2 characters from the left-hand side of the data in C2 for starters, using the function equal left. Where are we looking? Right there in C2, comma, how many characters do we want to extract from there? 2. And we see what happens, of course, on the other cells. We just pull out the 2 leftmost characters. And similarly, as you might imagine, in a different scenario, different situation, maybe the 3 rightmost characters have some meaning, and so without skipping a beat here, we could simply use, for that example here, RIGHT, meaning right, of course, and from the right-hand side, how about 3 characters? Just to show the contrast here. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. And also take a look at column F. Again, without going into the details of why that could have been better, let's simply pull out the 5 rightmost characters because we'd like to sort our data by zip code. We need to isolate the zip code, equal right. Simply looking at this data, comma, 5. And we'll do that for the other cells as well. Pretty straightforward. Now, the data in column A is in an appropriate order, but we might want to isolate the last name only. And possibly the first name too. That would take a little bit more work here, but let's just pull out the last name only. The problem here might be that we don't always need the same number of characters, so we can't use the same function exactly. Unless we happen to know that, and we do know, let's say a comma tells us the end of the name. So if we were to find the comma first, this is again a suggestion along the lines of 1 by 1, some of the text functions might not be that strong, and yet when used with others really can give us some power here. So let's find the comma first, equal find the comma in A2. And in this case, it's in the 6th position, so when we know that, then we can then say we want to pull out data from the left side of A2. And if we use the value that we got from comma, we're going to be extracting, in this first case, BAKE or comma. So wherever we found the comma, we want to take away 1 from that. In effect, in this case, we want to extract the 5 leftmost characters. And that's exactly what happens here. And we do the same thing here. So once again, you can get a little creative using these in combination, but for the most part, the left and right functions are fairly straightforward. You are extracting data from the left or the right side of a given cell.